Welcome to The Nerve, and welcome to our very first travel edition, The Nervy Traveler, with none other than the iconic Belinda Carlisle, who first shot to fame as the lead singer of the Go-Go's and then went on to build herself an indelible solo career. So just a brief thing on how this all came together and how I even know Belinda and vice versa. When the Nerve first launched, and I was just such like a nervous little, whatever, but Belinda Carlisle reached out to me on Instagram and she was like, hey, like I'm coming into New York. Do you want to have lunch? And I was like, I would love to have lunch. As discussed, I loved the Go-Go's. I loved Belinda. Like I was a fan for forever. And I went and met her and her husband for lunch here in New York City. And you never know how those things are going to go, but we really, really hit it off. And one of the things we instantaneously bonded over was our love of travel. Smash cut. A few months later, none other than Tracee Ellis Ross gets a solo traveling show.
Always searching for places to put your camera to take pictures of yourself.
And I watched it in horror, and I won't speak for Belinda's reaction, but we were both like, you like to travel, I like to travel, we should have a travel show. And so we thought about it and we were like, let's do it. Let's just do it. And we did it with a real sense of adventure and fun. And the idea is to bring you a place in such a way that no other travel show, no other travel guide, you're not going to go on Travelocity and find any of these places or people or things to do or a take on a really incredible place and culture. So Mexico City it was. And we chose it in part because Belinda has lived there for the past about 4.5 years with her husband, Morgan. And she loves it there. They both love it there. And she knows it really well. And we thought this could be great because she could be our collective tour guide through Mexico. Belinda is a very unusual person. She's both like one of the most organized people I've ever met. When I tell you she built this itinerary down to like brass tacks. She was on top of everything. And she also is like drawn to some of the weirdest, most interesting stuff. And we're going to get into her travel style, which is going to blow your mind. You will never predict this. You will never predict the ways in which Belinda Carlisle loves to travel and the places she loves to go. Okay. It blew my mind and it's so much fun. Now, here we go. We're going to begin with that very thing. Belinda, we sat on this boat that took us like all day to get to this one spot where Tim Burton and Lady Gaga had been like secretly shooting a video, and it's wild. But I was asking her, Belinda likes to go to hot spots in the world that may or may not have like level 5 ratings from the State Department saying do not travel, and sometimes it seems unclear as to whether she will make her way out of them. Here we go.
My traveling are to places that people don't normally go to. I love traveling in Islamic countries because I feel safer.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because this is something I'm struggling to get my mind around. Oh, and by the way, for the troublemakers, we're going to show Belinda's photos of the Ark and the impressions in the earth, which are truly incredible. I can't believe it's not a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but you say a lot of these regions don't want it.
Well, I mean, a lot of the archaeological finds in this, especially in the eastern part of Turkey, can potentially rewrite the history of mankind. And because of that, there's the academia, the powers that be don't necessarily want that to happen because it could change everything in society. It could change our belief system, our religions. They're and they have this new technology now. It's where they're able to almost like penetrate the ground, like LiDAR, but even LiDAR on steroids, where they're able to penetrate the ground and they're finding it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because a lot of this, rewriting of history is probably, I don't think it's going to be easy to avoid. That's happening around the world now. When a lot of countries don't have the money to excavate, so, I just, wherever you walk, who knows what you're walking on top of. And Mexico, especially, people don't realize that there are pyramids everywhere. So I was always traveling in the southwest of France, and churches were built on the site of old Cathar temples, and that would go back to the Crusades. But yeah, they I think through our history, they found ancient sites and just built on top of them. Yeah, there's something there.
There's something there. Now let's talk about your trips to Islamic states.
Yes, I feel much safer to be going to places like to Turkey. We've done Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan. I feel safer, actually.
How so?
I feel invisible.
Can we talk about your flight out of Turkey? You had a pit stop.
There is a country in the world that is even more of a hermit country than North Korea.
Really?
Yes. And I wanted to go. And so they only give out 1,500 visas a year to go. So a friend and a woman can't travel solo there. I always travel with Lisa. So we had to go as a part of a group to be able to get into the country.
Okay.
And so we did. And we kind of ditched everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have a minder of it as a citizen of that particular country that I was in. And I just put it like this. I just had a newfound respect for democracy and freedom. I have never been so, I was really scared.
Really?
Yeah, I was really scared. We were there for about a week and trying to figure out how to leave, and we couldn't leave. We couldn't change our flights. So we just made the best of it. So we bought carpets and
Belinda also has a shopping problem.
I know, I do. And, we had, we just made the best. There's some amazing ancient sites there that nobody knows about that we went to. Mm-hmm. Zoroastrian temples.
Oh, whoa.
Like weird stuff. So that was kind of, we tried to make the best of it. But on the last day, we got a phone call because my friend who's a writer, mm-hmm. and I'm, of course, a singer, mm-hmm. People with any kind of public profile and journalists are not allowed in the country.
Why is that?
So I don't think that they really want to be exposed.
Got it.
So we got a phone call saying, or the guy did, saying, we know about these two.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a veiled, but like, we hope they only say good things about it.
Oh, wow.
So she said, if I were you, I'd erase everything that you have on your phone, email, blah, 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 which we did.
Before you got to the airport?
Right.
You knew that phone call was
I called my husband, and he goes, I told you not to go now. So Lisa had to take off before me. And
this is terrifying.
No, it was terrifying. It was really, really scary. It's the only time I've been scared in my travels.
So this is the question, really, to what you are are you Catholic? Were you raised Catholic?
No, I was raised Southern Baptist.
Okay. A nice girl from suburban California.
Right.
Who became a very sunny, happy, like you just give joy through your music, mm-hmm. right? And yet you are attracted to the edgiest, the most dangerous hotspots on the planet. To what do you attribute this?
Okay, I think it's that the former drug addict in me.
Really?
For thrill. I do think it's like, it's like an adrenaline thing. Mm-hmm. And being, a former addict, I think that kind of ticks the box.
If I were in a foxhole in a foreign country, I would want to be with you.
I I could take care of you. I could take care of you.
I believe you could.
I believe I could. I really think I could. It's really not that scary.
If you say so. Now, on the way to, on day one, we were headed to the pyramids in Mexico City. There are many pyramids in Mexico City. I had no idea. I like to travel. I have not traveled nearly as extensively as Belinda has, but I read a lot. I think I'm a fairly well-informed person. I thought pyramids were really only in Egypt. They're everywhere. And there's a bunch in Mexico City. So, and I'll tell you where another wild one is. You're not going to believe it. It's like in the city center. It's wild. So we thought about how can we improve upon what Tracee Ellis Ross did on her special. And we remembered something that in her travels, Tracee was always in a chauffeured SUV. And there was an amazing part in which Tracee looked out the window to the side of a major highway, and major highways are often buffeted by trees. And Tracee marveled at the trees.
I could watch trees all day, sing and dance, and they're just gorgeous. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Holy moly. Did you see that tree? Do you guys want to know how I did my hair?
So Belinda and I were thusly inspired to marvel at things that might, it might just, we're taking it for granted that there are trees on the side of a highway, right? Like, let's get out. Let's pay proper fealty to whatever city planner decided to put some trees on the side of a road to absorb the carbon dioxide that's coming out of cars. Here we go. Oh my God.
Cannot believe it.
Trees. Oh my God. It's fall. It's maybe dying, but it's a tree. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh my God.
I can't believe it.
Big,
Like
tall trees. Were there like 6 of them? How lucky to experience this with you.
A tree.
Truly. A tree on the side of the road. Wow.
I feel like really, God, sort of overwhelmed by this all. Okay.
Saw some trees.
We can go back to the hotel and go to the spa.
Yeah, let's do it.
Get a good massage.
Go shopping maybe at the hotel gift shop.
It's all
Should I be
happening there.
afraid at the gift shop?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay.
I think she's kind of cool, the woman who works there.
All right, if you say so. Then we went to the pyramids. We had a tour guide named Carolina who, told us all about the things that they know about the pyramids and the things that they don't know about the pyramids. And the latter outweighs the former. They don't know a lot about the pyramids. How really, it's mind-blowing. We were learning from our tour guide, Carolina, that there are an unknown number of pyramids that are buried under mountainous vegetation
Right.
and soil, and that the ones that we were at were in fact excavated. They were mountains that were quote unquote like blown up, and they discovered by accident these ancient pyramids.
So right now we're located in front of the Pyramid of the Sun. This pyramid is just how incredible and amazing this metropolis of Mesoamerica was. At first we need to understand that Mesoamerica is a geographic area that was constructed of several cultures. For example, there were the Olmecas in Oaxaca, the Purépechas in Michoacán, the Mayas in the peninsula of Yucatan. So these different cultures were part of Mesoamerica. There's a difference between myths and history. So the myth says that there was this god named Huitzilopochtli.
A god.
Yeah, he was a god.
A Mesoamerican god?
Yeah. So he appeared in the dreams of one of the leaders of the Mexicas. They went from the north looking for a snake on top of a cactus. The eagle is eating the snake.
The eagle is eating this. Okay, and what does that mean?
that was our foundational myth
Okay.
of really Mexico City, because this leader went 400 years looking for that place,
Right.
which is Mexico City.
Right.
And
okay.
that's part of our flag. Like if you see our
Oh.
flag, it's green, white, and red, and
Yes.
in the middle it has an eagle on top of a cactus
Oh,
eating a
I didn't
snake.
know that. That's so funny.
So do we know though why is usually I would think the snake would be eating the eagle,
I
not
would
the
think
other
so,
way
too.
around. So do you know what that symbolizes?
Well, it was like when they actually saw it,
Uh-huh.
according to the myth,
Yes.
is in the middle of a lake. So Mexico City was a huge lake.
Oh,
full of
It's a
canals.
lake bed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
on a
we
lake
are
bed.
on top of a lake.
We are. Now, and how high are we too? Because I don't think most people, I didn't know.
2,000
It's
meters above
half
sea
again as
level.
high as Denver. So it's a mile and a half
Stop.
high. Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, it's
Belinda
high.
made me take, she suggested rather that I take altitude pills
Yeah.
before I got here, which I never would have known to do.
I had no idea you could take altitude pills.
Oh yeah, there's herbs.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's herbs. They're not pharmaceutical, but I
Okay.
take them. I'm religious with it because altitude sickness here is can be
No,
Do you
it's
still
really
take
bad.
them even though you
Yeah.
and Morgan have been here for like
I
four and a
take
half
them
years?
only when I travel and I come back. Then I have to take them again.
Oh, you have to reacclimate to the
Yeah.
altitude?
But for
Yeah.
example, if you train over here and then you go to sea level,
Yeah.
oh my God, you are like 4 hours in.
We began to climb up one of them, and it was so slippery and dangerous. And I got to like stair 7, and I was like, I cannot go any further. And Belinda was like, I'm so glad you said that because I don't want to go any further either. We descended those stairs and we got down to terra firma, and then we decided Belinda, as I said, she thinks of everything highly organized. You don't get to be that successful, even if you're rock and roll. You need an inner orderly like drill sergeant, and she's got one. Trust me, it's amazing. She was like, Maureen, she had the tote bag, and she opened it up. She brought dry brushes. She, again, inspired by the work of one. I mean, I use work in quotes, of Tracee Ellis Ross. And, we thought, what better place to dry brush in public? I certainly wasn't going to do it on an airplane. I will go pretty far for the troublemakers, but I cannot do that to other people, nor can I mortify myself in that way. But we thought dry brushing at the pyramids, why not? Here we go. Totally normal. And if anybody comes by to stop us,
It's fine doing this in public.
especially at a sacred site, why not? What better time to exfoliate? I'm going to get down into the depths with my fellow travelers. Here we go. That
the
feels
part?
good. Have I ruined my spray tan at all? They said don't
You missed-
exfoliate. Dry brushing is my favorite thing. Can't get enough. I think the gods would approve. It's all self-care. It's self-care.
And we'll feel so good after.
I know you're going up towards your heart, but
But you're going away, huh?
I'm going away. I'm taking my inspo from none other than Tracee Ellis. There's no place in the world you can't dry brush, right? After leaving our skin flakes over at Ancient Ruins, we went over to the other side of this site, which was like basically, you feel like you're in Game of Thrones. It's like this ancient, it was basically like an open air market. And then there were these structures where like wealthy, powerful families dwelled. I don't know if they would have been considered royalty, but you can only go so far inside of them in order to really keep them preserved. But what struck both she and I about this ancient structure, thousands and thousands of years old, it gets really hot in Mexico City, but they were engineered in such a way that the doorways rather, there were no doors, but the doorways lined up in order to capture the direction in which cool air would flow through the house. And it was a kind of natural air conditioning. And it's one of the things I love most about travel. You realize, we are living at the height of human brain power and technology, and we've been to space. I've been to space. Belinda has not. I'm still friends with her. It's fine. But you travel and you see ancient ruins like this, and you realize the ingenuity of humanity, of the human mind, the engineering capabilities, and whatever they lacked in actual. I mean, they would probably consider what we do today by FaceTiming people all over the world like a form of teleportation. I definitely do, or the idea that you could just fly somewhere and be on the other side of the world in 10 hours. It's wild. But anyway, you see stuff like this and it really just humbles you, and it really, it gives you a different way of looking at the world. And, that's a main reason I love travel. You marvel at things and you awe at things, whether it's art or architecture, culture, nature, food, whatever it is. And you feel just so thankful to be part of it and to be there. And you also feel like really small, but in a good, healthy way. It's like such a reminder. We're here for like the blink of an eye. Anyway, day two, when Belinda told me about this place, I was like, is this for real? Because we're going. It's called the Island of the Dolls. And it is so sought after by, it's like one of those, if you know places to go. And it's so sought after that there are multiple fake islands of the dolls. There's only one real one. But it's like being in New York, and like there's just like hustlers on the street going like, hey, want to buy a, whatever. And to get there, you have to charter a boat, and these boats are like actually like they're I mean this not in an insulting way, but like in a technical way. They're crude. They're made of wood. They're hand painted. They feel very homemade. I love them. They're paddled like these young men. They're not motorized. These young men paddle these things for miles and miles. And on each boat is like a long table. It's like a picnic table with like multicolored chairs. And some of these are they're hoax boats. They take you so far, and then they're like, here's the Island of the Dolls, and there's like one doll hanging, and you're like, no, this isn't it. Take me to the real one. And the first one we had was like, I can't do it. It's like there's like some sort of mafia running. This is just my supposition, just my own supposition. It's very strange. And so we had to go all the way back, and then we had to get in a car, and then we had to drive like 30 minutes to another part of town and another boat launch. And they said they would be able to take us to the real Island of the Dolls. And I wasn't so sure, but Belinda said, I have a really good feeling about this. And she was right. And so we began our second trip of the day. We knew we were going to get back and it was going to be dark on our boat ride back, which was also kind of really amazing. And so we start out, and before we know it, we're just paddling along. This other boat starts paddling alongside of us. It catches up to us, and then it ties itself to our boat. And there's an older couple. This boat, they're cooking. They're making authentic Mexican food and Mexican beer, which our amazing videographer, Arturo, downed in like one go, like a man's man. Okay, this guy was incredible.
Por favor, sí. ¿Algo más que se les ofrezca?
Oh, that's really good.
Sería todo. Usted le debo.
Very the sweet. Oh, so good.
He knew everybody to talk to. Anyway, so they like feed you, they give you all this stuff, and then like you pay them, and then they untie themselves and off they go. Before you know it, they're gone. They're so good at what they do. And anyway, so we finally alight on the Island of the Dolls, and Belinda is going to explain the mythology surrounding this incredible place. We are on the canals.
Just a little bit outside the city, pre-Aztec canals.
Pre-Aztec canals. Belinda and her husband Morgan have been living here for 4.5 years. They just got their permanent residency a few days ago. And we're here to show one Tracee Ellis Ross how it's done.
Really done. How it's really done, yes.
Belinda, do you want to tell the troublemakers where we are heading right now?
We're headed to the Island of the Dolls via the Xochimilco Museum, I believe. Island of the Dolls is A lot of people don't know about it, actually, right?
I didn't know about it till you told me.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. There's a whole story. I want to get my story straight before I actually talk about it, but it's pretty spooky.
In essence, it is an island full of dead dolls
Yes,
that are hanging everywhere.
yes. I think the story is this is all farmland, like little farms, growing fruits and vegetables, whatever. And there was a farmer, and he saw the body of a young girl washed up on the shore of this island of the dolls. And he put dolls everywhere to ward off the evil spirits. And I think that might have been in the 60s or 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, it's just been, he had been adding dolls everywhere, trees, bushes, fences, everywhere. And I think he died the same way. Actually, I think he drowned.
He drowned.
Yeah, which is really spooky. Same place where the girl's body was found. So a lot of people, a lot of people won't go to this island because they think it's cursed.
But we're going.
But we're gonna go, of course.
Right, unlike Tracee Ellis Ross, who would probably be touring us around her pool right now at her hotel. We're going to the Island of the Dead Dolls.
Yes.
We have some surprises there that will await. And also the thing about this island is it's such a there's dark tourism, right?
There is dark tourism now. It used to be that you could spend the night. That's what I heard. So that's what I was hoping to do with you.
Right.
It would have been fun, but I don't think that's possible now for whatever reason. I wonder why.
I do wonder why, but we're making a day trip out of it.
Yes.
There's a museum there.
There's a museum on the way to the island.
Oh, okay.
There's this creature that's indigenous. It's endemic to just this region. What is it called? I forgot what it's called. But
it's the fish you showed me. It's a pink fish.
legs.
We'll put in a photo for the troublemakers to see.
Yeah.
It only exists here.
Ajolote.
Acolote?
Ajolote.
Ajolote? That's our cameraman, Arturo, who's about to ditch himself into the canal for getting this shot. He's a professional. But it's indigenous only here, you were saying.
Yeah, only here. And I can't decide whether it's cute or not.
I think it's ugly cute.
Yeah, it is.
The
It's kind of
French
ugly.
would call it what? Jolie led?
Yeah, I think that's a good description, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're in this little museum, they have the creature, actually. So we'll be able to see that.
We're going to
And some
show
other
it to you.
Other weird things, really weird things that they have there.
Belinda's amazing because she's into as much weird, crazy, dark, interesting stuff as all of us. And this is going to be an incredible trip around a kind of Mexico City you have never seen. We can promise you that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Back in a minute.
Reading the label on a typical bag of chips often feels like reading a science experiment, and the ingredients are seed oils, MSG, artificial dyes, and mystery stuff. Masa is part of the growing movement to bring back real food. Masa's chips contain just 3 ingredients: organic corn, sea salt, and 100% grass-fed beef tallow. Not only do these chips avoid the junk, they taste incredible too. I love, love, love these chips. Snacking on them is nothing like eating regular chips. With Masa, you feel satisfied, light, and energetic with no crash, bloat, or sluggishness. My favorite flavor of Masa is the original, but the white, the blue, lime, habanero, the churro, they are all delicious. And if you love Masa, you will also love Vandy Crisps. Vandy, Masa's sister company, makes the most delicious 3-ingredient potato chips out there. If you are ready to give Masa or Vandy a try, and you should, use code Maureen for 25% off your first order at masachips.com or vandycrisps.com, or simply click the link in the video description or scan the QR code to claim this delicious offer. And if you prefer shopping in person, Masa and Vandy are now available nationwide at your local Sprouts supermarket. So stop by and pick up a couple of bags before they're gone. One of the things I really love, I loved multiple things about this place. I mean, they really take it seriously, this mythology. And
the dolls really sort of begin to outdo each other in terms of like ghoulishness and an attempt to shock. And in anticipation, I thought, I'll bet some of these dolls could use a good dry brushing because they're out in nature all day and all night and all kinds of inclement weather. It can't be easy for a doll out there. And but I thought, I can't bring a human size dry brush because that would just be way too aggressive and it won't get the job done. So instead, I brought a toothbrush and got to work.
Creepy little, it's a dollhouse to be sure. They're hanging from the rafters. Look at these guys. I almost find this, it's a little much. For me, it's a little much. It's great. It does feel a little much. It does feel a little overkill. And there is a commonality at work here besides them all being dolls. Is that they're all kind of filthy. I think they are in need of a good exfoliation, and I'm going to channel, forgive me, my inner Tracee Ellis Ross. I came prepared. I brought an appropriately sized brush, and I am going to exfoliate these dolls because they need it. This is not adequate skincare, okay? Just saying. I'm doing what I can. I'm sacrificing my own skin health for the health of these dolls because we want the island of the dead dolls to live forever. There we go.
Wow.
That was something.
What did you think?
I had a little bit of a different reaction than you. So, okay, how was it for you? What was your experience?
It's the second time. It's always better the first time.
True.
So, but I still think it's weird. And I think that there's something heavy about it.
I was actually a little trepidatious because I thought there's going to be a lot of dark energy around this, a lot. And then we got in and I saw the guy in his Megadeth shirt selling Labubu knockoffs for like $50 and like refrigerator magnets and, I don't know, keychains.
It kind of lightens it up a bit.
Kind of like I was looking for a sticker for my stowaway luggage so I could more easily identify it when I'm back at JFK. No luck. And then the other thing that struck me as strange is when we were leaving. I mean, there was some incredible stuff, and we captured like some incredible stuff.
Yeah.
That little girl who was saying goodbye to us, who must have been 8 or 9, and I was thinking to myself, she's the heiress.
Sure.
She's the heiress to the island of the dead dolls, right? She's gonna go, if she goes out into the world, she's gonna have a legacy like nobody else she meets.
Yeah, it's true, and that's it's a big business. Well,
It must
I don't know
be.
how big it business, but it's a big business.
They seem to do very well.
Yeah, I mean, it was for this time of evening, and we're going to be getting back when it's dark. So, it's a bit strange. Most people like to sit in the daytime. I would think it's during the week. It's not the weekend. So
Yeah, it's Friday.
There were like 10 people there.
Yeah, no, towards the end of the day for sure.
Yeah.
I would love to know more about the deaths of the little girl, how she washed up, the man who found her, how he wound up dying in the same exact spot.
Yeah.
And who's also contributing the dolls. Like okay, so this was the other thing for me. There's some very inventive staging of the dolls.
There is. Kind of funny.
Yeah, like I was
It's
saying
funny.
to you, it feels like it's a competition. Like, how can you freak out visitors? Like, you were comparing it to the Blair Witch Project.
I wanted to get a Blair Witch Project shot in like one of the dark rooms, but it wasn't dark enough.
Yeah.
But which is like one of my favorite horror films. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's creepy. It's creepy.
It's
But it's kind of funny too.
it's creepy, but it's kind of funny too. And I almost missed there was a wrapped in tarp and what kind of tape would you call it?
They're like
Packing
masking tape. Like
Masking tape.
Masking tape.
Like a full size cadaver upside down. So but there's a little dog family living there.
That hadn't been washed in like 10 years.
I should have brought the dry brush for the dogs.
Yeah,
for the
that's
last,
true. That's true.
Yeah.
No, they were sweet. And it's just so odd to me that that family lives there on the. I mean, they live.
Oh, they're down there?
They live there on the island. Yeah, that little girl lives there. that we
She
saw going.
lives there. She's
Yeah.
gonna have some story.
Oh, totally.
I would buy that.
Now, would you
for a
would you
heartbeat.
spend the night there if we had the chance?
It would depend on the food and the latrine situation. That's just me.
Yeah.
I think you could tough it more so.
I mean, I've done pop tents, so I could probably do it. But
You've done the gates of hell.
I've done the gates of heaven.
You could do it.
Sure.
You could do it.
Yeah.
But
I think so.
all in all, like incredibly worth it. This was one of the spots that I was most excited to see. And Belinda had told me about. I'd never heard of it
Yeah.
before.
A lot of people don't know about it, which is weird. I think Mexicans know about it, but yeah, I mean anybody outside of Mexico doesn't really know about it. So
You having just gotten your permanent residency here and your
Right,
husband,
uh-huh.
there's a portmanteau, there's a word to apply to the white American who comes to Mexico.
Oh no, it's. I think it's more of a. There's white Mexicans. They're called Wexicans, right? Is that? That's not a derogatory thing, is it?
No,
No.
it's even a joke.
Yeah.
Oh, what? So
So it's white Wexicans, but I'm not. I mean, I aspire to be a Wexican. Or a Mexican. I mean, I love the culture here so much and the people.
I know it's so obvious.
Yeah,
So obvious
love
you
it,
do.
Love it.
Can I ask you also totally shallow? We have to talk about your jacket and your scarf.
You really want to do?
I'm serious.
Okay. Nili Lotan.
But when did you get this?
This is like years
Years
probably
old.
like 4 or 5 years ago.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. And Hermes.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It is pretty how
It's
I got
so-
it as a present.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, Belinda was definitely the most stylish visitor to the Island of the Dead Dolls, for sure.
Well, you're no slouch, so.
Well, thanks.
Come on.
Thank you, Belinda.
Go on. The pearls.
Oh, the pearls. Yeah, my graduated pearl choker, which I love. I got it on the Real. I got it for like a couple $100.
Really beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. So I guess that concludes it. Oh, and if we see any more herons, we have to show that the herons
Look,
were.
the sun is just going down.
The sun is going down over there. It's
beautiful.
gorgeous. The light is beautiful. This is one of the most peaceful.
You know something? I'm so glad that it was a big, mess today because it wouldn't have had this light. And it's so gorgeous and serene here.
It's so true. It's sort of one of those things to always remember when you're traveling, that like even the things that sort of mess up your plan or your agenda for the day can really actually turn out to be like
It was meant to be.
the greatest. Like we have this beautiful light, this quiet. We're surrounded by animals like wild birds, cows, ducks. It's so peaceful and quiet. And we have it all. We just lucked out. We've really lucked out. This is such a beautiful. It's hard to believe this is part of Mexico City.
Yeah. It's part of the city.
Imagine if this were part of like somewhere in the middle of New York City. You just wouldn't believe it. It's just what a magical place this is.
It really is. Ancient.
Well, hopefully the good spirits are with us.
Now, one of Belinda's travel philosophies, and I never really thought about it this way, but I really do love it, is that if you are looking to go to see or experience any given site in any given city or country, try to get there before the prime tourist hours kick in. And actually, this was before I ever knew her. I took a solo trip to Greece a couple of years ago, and I love to travel alone. There are many reasons, and we can get into it later. But it was actually, I planned it as a real reward to myself. I had been through something, and it was a reward to myself. And that was how I approached the Acropolis, which I saved as like the jewel of my trip, like the end note of my trip. And I made sure to go there long before it was going to be overrun by tourists. I went very early in the morning, and this is why. I don't even think I really could have ever articulated this, but Belinda really believes, and I think there's real truth to this, that when a place is just mobbed by tourists, it actually kind of interferes with like the energy exchange, that like you're on a site that has seen a lot, where people have lived, people have died, where significant consequential things have happened, where you're really going to feel something. And there were a few other places on our trip to Mexico City where both of us were surprised at the emotional and intellectual reactions that we had. And so Belinda, she was like, I don't think I can engage in dry brushing on Island of the Dolls. And I was like, fair enough. I totally get it. But then I worried. I was like, will this, like we tried to tell them, like, every place we went, it was sort of like, we're filming a show and nothing we're doing is meant in any way to mock your culture or your site or your business or anything. Like we're mocking one person and one person alone. And we all know who that is. But this place was wild too, because it was run by this like middle-aged guy who was like in a Megadeth t-shirt and like operating a fully stocked bar on Island of the Dolls. And when we left, there was like this little girl who was clearly their daughter, who like was just there, like watching people come on and come off boats. And I remember thinking, like, God, like, what a story this kid is going to have when she grows up. Like, if she's like the heiress, like, to the Island of the Dolls. Like, what a childhood she's having. It's wild, right? It's wild. So anyway, day 2, Island of the Dolls, and we come back at night and it's dark on this paddle boat and it's quiet. And this is one of the things that really struck me as very poignant. This area, the natural beauty is just incredible. These canals that we were on, it's waterfront property. Now in America or a first world country, you think waterfront property, like that's where rich people live. That's like where really well-to-do people have their second homes. And it wasn't like that there. Like these were farms with like maybe a few cows, or homes that were, some were shanties, some were real just shanties. Others were homes that were well built but were run down. And like the vegetation was like overgrown and it wasn't really landscaped. And when we were coming back, a huge family, like an extended family, was boarding their boat. Like it was like their party boat. And it was a version of the boat that we were on, except there were no sides to it. It was basically like a huge flat piece of plywood almost, with someone paddling it, and everybody piled in, like the older people, the parents, the little kids. It was somebody's birthday. They were having a party on this boat. And, again, this is one of the things I love about travel. You look at these people and you're like, wow, like this is real poverty. And they were happy. They were so happy. They were having a celebration. They're on the water. They have a house on the water. They had everything they needed. They have a huge birthday celebration surrounded by everybody they love, and they're going out and they're doing their, like, it was such an incredible way to cap the day. And, we were like, it just left us all like energized and with a really, really, in a really great headspace to go into day 3, which was an incredible day. And we began at a place that Belinda had never been. I thought she would have. I had never been. And I'm wearing my t-shirt that I got there. It's Frida Kahlo. We went to the Frida Kahlo Museum, and I'll tell you all about that and show you some incredible stuff. And by the way, you'll only see it at the Nerve, because you can't take photos or videos inside the Frida Kahlo Museum. And they made an exception for us. So this is really incredible stuff. We're on a mission now. We're on a mission because, you know, our template, if our template is solo traveling, is that what it was called with Tracee Ellis Ross? We have to go buy the kinds of souvenirs that someone like Tracee Ellis Ross would buy, because there was the attempt to buy olive oil. Oh, and in Morocco, you know what Tracee Ellis Ross went to buy? A Moroccan rug. You know, she's not a really original thinker. You know, like, I like to go places and bring back things that like aren't obvious, but like I will always remind me of my time there and what I experienced. So Belinda and I were like, okay, we have to change our mindset now, like for real. We have to change it. And we have to go buy souvenirs that Tracee Ellis Ross would buy if she deigned to come to Mexico City. We heard there's a season 2. I mean, Tracee, why don't you follow our lead? Okay, so anyway, we were like, we need sombreros. And not only do we need sombreros, we need some really colorful big ones that are going to be almost obnoxious. Then we need to buy some stuff that would be like stereotypically insulting, like maracas and instruments, so that we could like go and loudly perform outdoors, you know. So we went to a beautiful rooftop in Mexico City, and I didn't see this one coming. This was totally Belinda's idea. And if you had told me at any point in my life that I someday would be on a rooftop with Belinda Carlisle, having the courage to sing "We Got the Beat" with her, I would have told you were nuts. But we did it. And I gave a very special shout out to our inspo. Here we go. You guys aren't going to believe it, but Belinda and I managed to source artisanal, indigenous, made in Mexico
Sombreros.
Or
look at the color.
Look at the colors, Belinda. Can you believe it?
Okay,
wow. Okay, and then not only that, we found
real maracas.
We're really adventurous, okay? We really explored. Also, we've got some genuine Mexican instrumentos.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes. Here we go.
We got the beat.
Oh my God, I love it. Here we go.
See the people walking down the street. Following lines, just watching all their feet. Oh, I forgot the words, and I should know it. Jump back, hit ground,
Round and round and round. Woo! We got the beat. We got the beat.
We got the beat.
Suck it, Tracee Ellis Ross. Try to do that with a real go-go. The new year is just around the corner, as we know, but there is no space in my life. This is true for punishing resolutions. I don't believe in resolutions, okay? I prefer to focus on the positives. Self-care is a major positive, and I love OS01 body lotion. It is great for everything, whether you have like a little bit of crepiness on your neck or your upper arms. It's gonna help really ameliorate all of that stuff. I mean, I love it. My skin feels denser. It gets like a sort of bouncy feel. And what makes OneSkin different is the science. At the core is their patented, OS01 peptide, the first ingredient proven to target senescent cells, which are the root cause of wrinkles, crepiness, and loss of elasticity, which are all key signs of skin aging. These results have been validated in 5 different clinical studies. Certified safe for sensitive skin, OneSkin products are free from over 1,500 harsh or irritating ingredients, dermatologist tested, and has been awarded the National Eczema Association Seal of Acceptance by the NEA, delivering powerful results without irritation for a limited time. OneSkin is making it even easier to stay consistent with up to 30% off your first 3 subscription orders when you use code NERVE at oneskin.com.
belinda.co/nerve. That's up to 30% off with code NERVE after you purchase. They'll ask where you heard about them. Please tell them you are a troublemaker and the Nerve sent you.